Good morning, everyone, and how are you this morning? Welcome to our Business Growth Insights for this Tuesday morning. It is amazing to be with you once again, and as you know, we do come live every Tuesday and every Thursday to give you some tangible training that you can take away to implement straight away into your business, because we here at the Heart and Soul Business Academy have a real passion for helping every single person in business to have the desired, confident success that we all want. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Parme. Lovely to have you both joining us this morning. Guys, if you are dropping on as well, whoever's dropping on, feel free to say good morning, just like Chris has. And good morning, just like Parme has. Lovely to see you both. Drop on and say good day in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, please feel free to pop hashtag replay so I can come back and say good day to you guys. Now, as I mentioned, we love to help people grow businesses. And if you're wondering who this crazy lady is, my name is Ali Sugars, and I am the principal and the founder of the Heart and Soul Business Academy. And we focus in our business model, we focus on 4 pillars in business. And they are these: mindset, motivation, marketing, and momentum. They're the 4 pillars that we concentrate in our business. And today we're going to talk about the mindset pillar. Okay. Good morning, Natty J. How are you, my darling? Lovely to have you joining us. So like I said, we're going to focus on the mindset pillar. Now, the thing that I think we all need to know about mindset is that it affects every other part of our business, right? When we do not, or when we ignore this particular pillar, this is where it's going to affect everything else in business. How do I know that? Because I've done it. I've completely ignored the mindset pillar. And I've struggled. I've actually closed businesses down simply because my mindset was not in the right place. And if you want to know a little bit more about that, feel free to go to my profile. And I actually did a live, when was it? Friday? I don't remember what day it was last week, but it was last week where I shared a very, very personal story in all about my personal business journey. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. So today, what we are going to talk about is mindset hacks or mindset tools to use for staying calm under pressure. Now, this is a really, really good one if you are in business for yourself, okay? Because we all know that things in business, they're up and down, right? I can say they don't always go wonderfully. Like a lot of the time they do. Your business is cruising along and then something's going to happen where it all goes to shit, or you think it does, right? It doesn't, but you think it does. What it is it's you being under pressure, okay? So we're going to talk through how to deal with that today. And again, if you're popping on, say good day. If you're watching the replay, pop hashtag replay. And I really want you guys to join in the chat today. Don't just sit there and listen to what I'm saying. I want to hear your opinions. I want to hear your experiences. And if you have any questions, also feel free to pop them in as well. Okay, so here we go, guys. Okay, now let me tell you about something. Well, there's a lot of stresses in business, and let me tell you some stress in my business. I get extremely stressed, and thankfully it doesn't happen very often, but I get extremely stressed when a client will ask for a refund, or not even that, when a client comes to me and they're not happy with my service. I get very, very stressed about life, about business, right? And when that happens, I have to utilize all the tools that I'm going to talk about with you this morning, right? And these are things that, like it or not, this is actually going to happen in business on occasion, okay? You know, it's not something that you want to happen, but sometimes it does. All right, so I would love to know from you guys what's kind of like something in business that you would term as stressful in your business, or something that's happened to you that's caused stress in business? Let me know in the comments, guys, while we are leading into and starting our training this morning. So first of all, we're going to look at the science of stress, guys, okay, and how it affects us in business. I'm not saying how it affects you. I'm saying how it affects all of us, because I'm human and it happens to me too. Yes, it does happen to me too. So when we face pressure, right, our brain interprets this pressure as a threat. So this is the flight or fight mode, or fight or flight, okay? Because our brains will naturally just freak out, okay? So if you have that deadline coming up, right, you've promised your client something and you've got a deadline coming up and you don't feel prepared for it, whether you have that cranky client, right, whatever it is, your body is going to react the same way as whether you might have, be almost in a car accident or something like that, or like a bear attack. Right, that's pretty extreme, okay? But your body's going to react the same way. And what it is the part of your brain called the amygdala. I'm getting very scientific this morning, which doesn't normally happen, right? This is the part of your brain that's responsible for processing fear, okay? It takes over and it triggers the fight, flight, or freeze responses. All right, so I should have added freeze to this as well. Okay, so the fight is maybe when you tend to snap at someone for sending that passive-aggressive email or a passive-aggressive comment on social media. That's probably a bigger one, right? These days it's less via email, it's more publicly on social media. Okay, so and your fight response is you want to fight back. You want to respond to that, and you want to be as feisty as they were, or as passive aggressive. I'll get the words out in a minute. As they are. Okay. Then there's the flight response. So this is things like avoiding the tasks, avoiding the things that you deep down know that you need to do to deal with that situation. You procrastinate. Right? We all have moments of procrastination in our business, but why are you doing that? If there's something stressful in your business, are you procrastinating because you don't want to deal with that stress? And then there's the freeze mode. It's just the freeze mode is when you start to overanalyze, right? And you become stuck, or you feel stuck, because you don't know, because you just go, well, I don't know what to do next, so I'm not going to do anything, right? Who gets all of these? I've definitely experienced all of these, okay? Now, when we think about the fight or flight mode and the freeze mode, right, this reaction is great if you're in a real true blue emergency, but not so great when you're doing things like try and send invoices or handle these business challenges that we've been talking about. Chris, what are you saying? So clients not following your guidance and then they get angry because they don't get results. Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely. I completely understand that one, Chris. Yeah, it's stress because they then get cranky at us. Yeah, I completely get that. And that's a whole other topic right there. But we're going to teach you how to deal with that today. Okay. So there's also the stress loop, okay? So small things, when we allow small stresses to turn into larger ones, all right? Have you ever noticed, has this ever happened to you, right? When a small stressful moment, right? Our bodies keep ticking over, our minds keep ticking over and over. And before you know it, that small stressor has gone into a full-blown meltdown, or you've gone into a full-blown meltdown because of that original stress, okay? So this is because you're not dealing with that small stress. And so what it's doing is it's compounding. It's just getting worse and worse, all right? And this is how it happens, right? So let's go, something small happens. It's a small issue, like a client is late paying an invoice, okay? your brain, our brain will flag that as a threat. Okay, so this is the cortisol, the stress hormone. That gets released. So now what happens is your brain is on high alert. And everything starts to feel more and more overwhelming. Okay, so it starts to get worse and worse. Right, suddenly you're stressed about everything. Right, this, keep in mind, this all started from one invoice that someone hasn't paid. Suddenly you're stressed about everything in your business. You're worried about your to-do list. You're worried about that your website's not perfect enough. You know, that one comment that you put on a post the other week, like 2 weeks ago, that no one appreciated, or someone had a go at you. You know what I mean? So with this one, the stress loop, guys, the longer we allow ourselves to stay in that stress loop, the harder it is to come out of it and to think clearly. So which is why panicking, it rarely leads to good decisions. So we got to remember not to panic, okay? So when someone, let's go back, someone not paying an invoice, right? It's actually not that big a thing. All you need to do is follow them up, right? Check in on them that they're okay, right? And deal with it. But don't let it spiral out of control into the stress loop. The next thing is being calm, right? Staying calm, it's a skill. It really is. So taking that stress and reframing it as something that sometimes you can't control, okay? So sometimes you can control it, but a lot of the times you can't control it, okay? So the best business owners, the best entrepreneurs, CEOs, leaders in their business, right? Best high performers, we're not naturally chill, right? You look at someone like Elon Musk, right? Someone like Richard Branson. They are high achievers, right? They are very, very successful, multimillionaires, and they're pretty chill. They seem pretty chill, right? They're not naturally that way. Part of them might be, but I can guarantee you they have stress in their business and in their life. But what they have done is they've trained their minds to stay calm under pressure. And this is something that I'm really learning to embrace in my business. Is like, you know what? It's okay. I'm under the pump at the moment, but I can control that stress. I can control that feeling in my body. Okay. So one of the key shifts that you can make is understanding that stress is a reaction to things. It's not necessarily a reality. So instead of seeing pressure as something that's happening to you, try asking yourself these things. Is it really as bad as it feels right now? Is it really as bad as it feels right now? And then go, do you know what? What's the worst case scenario? And can I handle that worst case scenario? And here's a little hint. I bet you probably can. Right? The worst case scenario probably isn't as bad as you think it's going to be. You can handle it. We can handle anything in life. It's just a matter of reframing the stress, right? And in that situation itself, what's one small thing that you can control? What can you control in that situation? Can you control your response? You can't control anyone else's response, but you can control your own. Okay. And also learning to control your mental and your physical response to stress is actually what I kind of would describe as going to the gym for your brain. Okay. The more you practice it, the stronger you're going to get at remaining calm under stress. Okay, so let's talk about some quick ideas to instantly reduce stress. So when these things happen, this is what you can do in the moment, okay? In the moment. So this, for me, has been for a long time one of the most incredible things that I can do to ground myself in the moment, right? The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. I actually learned this from originally Mel Robbins. It kind of resets your brain. It also gets you going, right? It just helps you move. That's what I feel about it. So I've used this, and this isn't necessarily stress, but I use this to this day. I've used it for years for getting out of bed in the morning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get out of bed. Getting out of a warm shower in the morning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get out of the shower. Right? But more than that, when I have something I don't want to do in business, or something that I don't enjoy doing in business, when I may be nervous about sending a response, an awkward email, or a follow-up message to a client who hasn't paid their invoice, right? Or when I'm holding a difficult meeting, even before I press the live button to come and do these trainings, I use this technique. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and just do it, right? The other thing is too, you can, when you are really, really stressed, this just helps you to just take a moment, okay? Another way that I use this, just stop whatever I'm doing and count down. 5, 4, really slowly. I'm not going to do it slowly today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take a breath. All right, and that's when you can start reframing. Is everything as bad as it seems? But it just helps you to stop and ground yourself. Another thing to do is the power of breathing. Box breathing, guys, for instant calm. Now, those of you who have been following me for a little while will know that anxiety is something that that I deal with on a regular basis, right? And this box breathing, when I get stresses in my business, the anxiety tends to creep up on me. So I use this box breathing, and it is powerful, okay? It's a great stress relief. Instant calm, great stress relief. So I remember one particular time when it wasn't, I don't know why I was stressed. I actually don't know why, but my body started to show all the signs of having an anxiety attack, and my heart was palpitating. I was feeling sick. I was clammy. And so because I now recognize when that happens to me, for whatever reason, I use box breathing. And this time I sat there and I did this. And if you don't know what it is, it's like, to put it simply, it is when you breathe in for 4 slow beats, you hold it, hold your breath for 4 slow beats, you breathe out for 4 slow beats, you hold it for 4, and then you keep doing that until you can feel your body responding and calming down. Now, I did this for about 10 minutes. That's a long time, right? But I could feel my heart slowing down. I could feel my mind stop racing. And that stress response, that anxiety response in my body calmed down. Even you can hear it in my voice while I'm talking about this, can't you? It was calming me. Okay. So the next one is just pause, stop for a minute and reframe, right? Turn the, oh my God, no, into, oh, well, you know, it's happened. Oh, well, it's happened. It's not, oh, well, in as I'm not going to deal with it. You're still going to deal with it, with whatever the thing that's happening, the stress it is. Okay, it's not, oh no, oh my God. So it's taking away the stress and the panic, and you're going to, oh well, so it happened. How can I deal with it and move on? Okay, this is something that I'm getting better and better at all the time. And that's the line that I think a lot of us need to remember, is that the oh well doesn't mean you're not going to deal with it. You still are. But when you can go instead, take away that feeling of utter panic, you just go, oh well, it happened. I'm going to deal with it, and then I'm going to move on. Right? Okay. Physical way that you can help yourself. Sometimes, guys, stepping away from the computer or stepping away and out of your workspace can be the best thing that you can do when you are stressed. Okay. Now, I do this all the time I do this whether I'm stressed or not, but especially when I feel that stress coming on, I step away. I will go for a walk, right, in my beautiful Glenelg area where I live in Adelaide, South Australia. I'll go for a walk around the marina. And what happens is, and I see this happen to other people too, is your head, because you're out of your work environment, your head becomes clear. You're not, and even when you're not really even thinking about business, because you're out of the environment, what happens is when you least expect it, your brain clicks back in and it comes up with a solution or a creative way to handle whatever it is that's happening. And this happens to me so many times. All of a sudden, it's like, hang on a minute. So I've gone, oh, well, there's nothing I can do about it. So I'll go, nothing I can do about it now. So I'm going to step out. I'm just going to step away. I'm going to go for a walk. And then I'll come back, or even halfway through the walk, my body will go, wait, hang on. What if you did this? And it's like, oh, that'll work. Right? And it's amazing how your brain just clicks back in and comes up. And trust me, sometimes I've come up with really creative ways to handle things. Who else has done that, right? I want to know, actually, guys, who does these things? Do you practice these ideas, right? Do you step away from your workspace to help clear your mind? Tell me in the comment. Yes, I do, or no, I don't. Let me know. You do. Fantastic, Chris. Well done. All right. So that was short term. Now we're going to talk at long-term mindset shifts. This will help you create resilience in your business. So, and we've kind of already talked a little bit. So control versus let go, right? Learn what is worth your energy. So first of all, is it really as bad as you're making it out to be? Is it really that bad? All right. Is it something you can fix? Most of the time, it's going to be yes. Okay. But if it's not something you can fix, then let it be. Right. If there's nothing that you can do about it, just let it go. Right. I know it's not easy because your business is your baby. Right. But there are times when you just have to let things go. It's not worth your energy to keep stressing about it, right? But if there's something that you can do to fix it, take the control back and take action so that you can turn things around, right? So if you've got that cranky client, like Chris has said, clients not following your guidance and getting angry because they don't get the results, are you taking action, and are you not getting in their face, but are you being real with them and saying and asking them the challenging questions? Well, what have you done? What advice of mine have you followed, right? Have a I was going to say brutal, but that's not the word. Have a real conversation with them, right? So that would be worth your energy because it might turn their opinion around. And I've done that a lot, okay? There's also the CEO mindset. So this is, and I love this one, responding, not reacting. Now, I've learned this very, very early in life, right? So this is the time, when you get that feisty email from a client demanding a refund because they're not happy with your service, right? Now, here's what you do. Before sending a just as feisty response, going, well, it's all your fault. You haven't done this. I've done what I promised to do. Right. Here's what you do. Step away from the computer. Right. Don't react, because that's what we want to do. Immediately we're going to go, well, stuff you, type, and send the worst possible response that you can. You don't want to be emotional. You have to take away the emotion from it to a point, right? Take away your emotion from it. So step away from the computer. Think about your response. What I've learned to do is I've learned to brain dump, was what I call brain dump. So just type out, not in your email system, because you might accidentally press go, press send. You don't want to do that. So in a Word document, go and type out what you initially want to say, right? Everything that you really want to say and make it real, right? If you want to react and you want to get feisty or swear at them, type that out. But don't send it, all right? That's why you don't do it in the email program. What you do is then you read that response and you go, okay, I've got that out of my system. Now I'm going to send the professional version, right? So now you're going to respond professionally. By this time, you've stepped away, you've thought about what you really want to say, the way you can say it, that's professional, that's going to help your client, and that's not going to make you sound like an idiot, right? Or, yeah, you get me, okay? I've done this, I still do this all the time, right? The brain dumping method, I could call it, is invaluable to me. Okay. Practice self-compassion, guys, and put perspective on it, right? Well, is what's happening, is this stressful thing, is it going to matter in a week? Is it going to matter in a month? Is it going to matter in a year? Okay? Really, be honest. Pardon me. If it's not going to matter next week, right, then again, is it worth worrying about? No. If in a month's time, right, deal with it now, and then in a week, you're not even going to be thinking about it. Or if it's something that you can't deal with, like I said, let it go. But if it is going to matter, if you don't deal with it now, it's going to matter in a week, because what's going to happen is your stress is going to compound. If you deal with it now and you take that control, or you let it go, next week, it's not going to matter anymore. It's going to be, that was last week's thing, all right? Or that was last month's thing. And in a year, you're probably not even going to remember. Okay. Right? Who's understanding all this? Give me a 4 in the comments if you're getting what I'm saying. Okay. And if you are now going to take away what I've spoken about today, and you're going to put it into practice in your business. Give me a 4 in the comments if that's you. Chris is, yay, awesome. Fantastic, Chris. So what I want to know, though, is how you are handling your stresses in your business right now. Because we've all got them, right? Are you stressed about not having enough sales? Or you're like Chris, you've got the clients and they're not following your guidance? Are you stressed because social media, what you're putting out there on social media, doesn't seem to be working for you? Are you just stressed overall because you're not sure what to do next or where to go for help? Maybe that's what's happening for you. If that is you guys, I am here to help you. I would love to have the opportunity to speak with you, because this is what we do in the Heart and Soul Business Academy. We focus, like I said, on those 4 pillars: mindset, motivation, marketing, and momentum. And every one of those come with stresses. So we help you in the course itself, in our coaching area, in every way that we possibly can. So I would love to invite you to have a conversation with me. We call it a business booster call, which is a free half-hour conversation with me to chat about what's happening with you. We can talk about your stresses, and I can give you some guidance. We can talk about what your goals and aspirations are in your business, and maybe why you're not hitting the mark and achieving those goals. And then we can, yes, absolutely talk about how the Heart and Soul Business Academy will help you guys. I would love to have the opportunity, beautiful, because it is not about me. This is about how I can help you in your business. There's nothing I love more than seeing my clients succeed and seeing their confidence grow. I absolutely love it. So come and have a chat with me, guys. Pop Academy in the comments if you would like to come and have a chat with me. That would be absolutely amazing, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today in our Business Growth Insights training. I look forward to talking you and doing that business boost call, and also we will see you definitely Thursday morning for another Business Growth Insights training. Love you guys. See you later. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Mwah. Bye.